Morning, in the Count Orlando family. Sitting down in her bed, Valen coughing with blood. Valen is the eldest daughter of Orlando's family. Valen let out a deep sigh. Despite being the eldest and the legitimate daughter, she was sick since birth and she was not treated nicely by her household. This all started when the Viscount family, the parent of her mother, sold her mother to the Count's family because her parents were addicted to gambling, so they became poor and their last resort was to sell their daughter. Valen tried to do everything, however. The household did not care about the sick child and blamed her because she cannot be a male heir. After coughing so much blood, Valen remembers her past life. She was reincarnated in the BL novel that she last read. She thinks this is her punishment for reading many BL stories. The story is about Gellard, the obsessive male lead, and Nellen, his love interest. Nellen tries to get away from Gellard. As Nellen falls in love with Edelina, Valen's stepsister. In the story, they will meet each other if Valen dies. Valen died in a predictable death, as she was not treated nicely by the Orlando family, and having an unknown sickness, no one stayed by her side to help her. In her funeral, Edelina was sitting and crying when Nellen saw her and their encounter with new love. Valen realized that her death was necessary for the story's plot, and this makes her think about what to do to stop her death. As she already endured many hardships, like living in a dark small room in the attic. When she was young, she was taught many difficult lessons. She endured this while being sick. She tried her best to impress and earn her father's love, however. It was all in vain. Valen always cries silently in the corner. In the end, she was never accepted by her father as her mother died. Her father has a mistress and Edelina was born. Valen decided to change her fate this time. She thinks thoroughly about what she needs to do. She is already very sick and coughing with blood, so wants to avoid her death. First, she plans to make money first, then run away, however. She thinks that the old Orlando house might treat her more cruelly, so she plans the vice versa, to leave the house and earn enough money. Valen thinks that the only safest way for a woman to leave their house is if they were to engage. She decided to list down all possible young men she can engage safely. She realizes that she wants a man who will not fall in love with her and a man who can also benefit in all her conditions. She realizes that Gellard, the male lead, is her only option. In generations, only Gellard was not born with blue hair and blue eyes, and he was born as a legitimate child. He was born with the same features of his mother. In the story, Gellard is into men, so Valen thinks that he is the safest option. Valen gets a pen and paper and starts writing a message to Gellard. She writes to Gellard saying she knows her secret and they need to meet in person to talk about important matters. The letter arrived and Gellard Butler brought the letter to him. After reading the letter, Gellard is eager to meet Valen. She is very curious what Valen will tell him. While going to Gellard house, Valen recalls the story. Gellard is born as the youngest. His two brothers are always jealous of him, as he has looks and body. So they treated him cruelly. They burned all the letters meant for Gellard. Because of this, Gellard becomes obsessed trying to prove his worth to his family. He received an invitation from Duke Adelvian, however. This requires him to bring a fiancée, so he hired someone to act as his fiancée, however. People realized they were fake because their stories and answers did not match, so because of this Duke Adelvian lost his trust and most of Gellard business parts cut ties with him. This became worse from Gellard. He is nothing, so he started drinking and become lost. Then he met Nellen, and everything changed at this moment. Valen grin as he knew that Gellard will not reject her offer because of Duke Adelvian's party. Valen was starstruck by Gellard beauty. However, Valen needs to start clarifying things and proceed with negotiation. Valen explained her situation, that she wants to leave their house because she doesn't want to be a burden to her family, but the truth is she was just suffering there. Valen suggested to have a contract engagement with Gellard. In this contract, Valen will teach Gellard all the nobles need to learn and lend Gellard her knowledge. In return, Gellard will give her payment for this, give her medication for her sickness, and will respect her. They agree to both of each other's terms and they agree to have their engagement party. What do you think will happen after their engagement?